Good morning, y'all. This is Father Jamie. I am here in the little chapel in our rectory at Blessed Mother, and I just wanted to reflect with you all for a moment on baptism. I did my first baptism on Sunday after the 10 o'clock a.m. Mass, and it was such a beautiful experience. I was a little nervous when I started because I was afraid of leaving something out or whatever, but it all turned out well. The oil was anointed and the water was poured, and the baby didn't cry, and it was precious. It was a beautiful experience to get to partake in making a new member of the church. And after the celebration was concluded and I came back to the rectory, I started reflecting on baptism a little more, and my thoughts went to California last year when I went to Mission Carmel, which is the mission church founded by Saint Junipero Serra, where his body is buried. And I had celebrated Mass there over his tomb last summer. And my thoughts went back to some of his journal entries that are displayed at one of the little chapels there. And Father Serra had written a letter to his bishop in, I think it was Mexico City, asking for confirmation for the people that he had been baptizing, because all he was able to do is baptize them, since you had to have permission from a bishop to do confirmations. And it really got me to think how important baptism really is as the first sacrament of initiation. Because there's some people in this world, unfortunately, that's the only sacrament they receive. But how important it is, because it wipes away sin and brings us into that life, death, and resurrection of Christ. And that is so important. And that's really the first commission that Jesus gives in the Gospel of Matthew after the resurrection. He says, "Go and baptize in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit." So baptism is a huge deal. It's not just a little hoop to go through. And I think it's beautiful how the sacraments of initiation, they start from primary elements and work their way up. So what I mean by that is, baptism is water. And water is very fundamental in our natural world. And then in the midst of using water, we also use oil to anoint. And whether it be the oil of catechumen or the oil of chrism. And then we have the bread and wine of, the basic elements of Eucharist that we have to physically make from the fruits of the earth. And it's all natural. It goes to point to how the natural world is good. And we use these good things in our worship of God and for our salvation. And we're all tied to the earth. All of our salvation is tied together. Heaven and earth are united through the sacraments. So those are my thoughts this morning. It was beautiful to baptize someone, and I look forward to many more to come. I think I have 2 more in September coming up. So looking forward to that. Slinging more water, and hopefully babies won't cry. So it's a good thing. May you all have a blessed day.